Hello and welcome to the day ahead. It's Tuesday, July the 7th. I'm Andrew Gagan. Well, the local market is set to open marginally higher with ASX futures up just 3 points. Global equity markets were mostly lower to begin the week, with European stocks pulling back on profit taking. However, stocks on Wall Street surged as investors looked to new developments in the AI and chipmaker sector ahead of corporate earnings. The Nasdaq leading the major indices higher. South Korean chipmaker SK Hynix launched a US share sale to raise $28 billion, with indications of interest of up to $7 billion from major investors as it seeks to capitalise on the global AI boom. Broadcom announced it had expanded its partnership with Apple to develop and supply custom chips through to 2031. Other notable movers were Micron Technology and Advanced Micro Devices, with the Bank of America expecting global cloud and AI infrastructure capex to reach $1.5 trillion by 2027. And Tesla was among the best performers of the Mag 7. Microsoft announced it's cutting around 4,800 jobs. That's around 2% of its global workforce as it overhauls its Xbox gaming business and divesting up to 5 studios as it looks to boost returns after years of heavy investment in the division. And shares of Dell Technologies rose after President Trump said Americans should go out and buy a Dell computer at the first ever White House opening bell, with the president having bought up to $5 million worth of Dell shares earlier this year. Well, activity in the US services sector, which accounts for more than 2/3 of US economic activity, dipped in June, but employment rebounded after contracting for 3 straight months. The ISM's non-manufacturing purchasing managers index fell to 54 last month to remain in expansion. On the geopolitical front, Russia has hit Ukraine with a barrage of missiles and drones, killing at least 26 people, just days after the deadliest attack on the Ukrainian capital this year. Well, US Treasury yields were flat on Monday after a soft US non-farm payrolls report dampened expectations of a Fed increase to interest rates. The US 2-year was around 4.14%, the 10-year at 4.47%. Australian 3-year government bond yield futures rose to 4.39%, the 10-year at 4.84%. US dollar index is down slightly on the day. The Aussie is trading at 69.6 US cents. Oil prices have fallen to pre-Iran war levels as Saudi Arabia slashed its official selling prices and OPEC Plus approved another production target increase in August, while exports through the Strait of Hormuz recovered further. Brent crude futures settling close to $72 a barrel. Gold has retreated from 2-week highs, with spot gold at around $4,164 an ounce. Copper futures rose around 1.5%. Iron ore up close to 1% at $100 a ton. And Bitcoin has risen to around $64,500. It is quiet on the data front today. In corporate news, A2 Milk is forecasting 2026 fiscal revenue of $1.97 billion. That's up more than 12% from a year earlier. And South32's planned $2 billion zinc and manganese mine in Arizona is expected to receive regulatory approval. That is your day ahead. See you again tomorrow.